Today, we're jumping into one of the most incredible stories from Hindu mythology, the tale of the young Lord Krishna. And what makes this story so fascinating is how it balances this very human, very relatable emotion with a kind of divine mystery. We get to see a god who is, at the same time, a totally mischievous little kid and also a master of cosmic illusion. Okay, let's get into it.
You know, right from the very beginning, the story is built on this huge contrast. You've got one child, Krishna, but he has two mothers who are living in completely opposite worlds. So on one hand, his birth mother, Devaki, is locked away in a dungeon weeping, and on the other, his adoptive mother, Yashoda, is just filled with joy, celebrating her new moon-like son. And this duality, that's really the heart of the whole story. So let's really dig into this tale of two mothers, because their experiences are what shape everything about Krishna's early life. And I mean, their stories of deep sorrow and pure joy could not be more different. For Devaki, her reality is just unimaginable pain. I mean, she's trapped in the total darkness of her brother Kansa's dungeon. She's already watched 6 of her sons be killed. And now her only hope, her 8th son, has been spirited away across the Yamuna River to keep him safe, leaving her completely alone with her grief. And what's so powerful is how she talks about this grief. She says her tears aren't just tears. For her, they represent all the milk, all the nourishment, all the motherhood she was never allowed to give her sons. It's just this incredibly potent image of a mother's loss. Meanwhile, in a completely different world, the bright, happy village of Nandgaon, Yashoda is living in pure joy. She's singing lullabies to Krishna, showering him with love. She even says she can't stand to be away from him for a single minute. It's a world of nothing but love and light. But you know, as Krishna starts to grow up, he isn't just some quiet, perfectly behaved kid. Nope. He starts to get a bit of a reputation for something else entirely, his love of mischief, and maybe most famously, his love for stealing butter. So the villagers are constantly coming to Yashoda to complain, but you can always hear this affection in their voices. They'll say stuff like, "Yashoda, your son is eating mud," or "He's letting the calves loose again." He's a total handful, but you get the sense he's their handful. His most legendary pranks, though, are his butter heists. And these are not just random smash and grabs. Oh no, these are well-planned operations. He gets his friends together, he creates a distraction to charm the milkmaids. They all work as a team to snatch the butter pot that's hanging from the ceiling, and then, this is the best part, he shares the loot with everyone. He's a little mastermind and a generous one at that. And this perfectly captures the village's relationship with him. On one hand, the milkmaids, the gopis, they try everything to hide their butter from him. But then, on the days he doesn't show up to cause any trouble, they actually feel restless. They miss him. His mischief has somehow become this essential part of their day. In fact, it goes even deeper than that. There's this belief in the village that on the days Krishna doesn't come to steal their butter, the cows just don't give as much milk. It's like his playful little thefts are somehow connected to the well-being and happiness of a whole community. For a while, all of these pranks just seem like the games of a really, really clever little boy. But then one day, something happens that just completely shatters that idea, and it reveals that something magical is going on here. So there's this woman, Malati, and she has just had it. She is so tired of Yashoda not believing that her precious little boy is a butter thief, so she comes up with a plan to catch him red-handed and finally prove it to everyone. And her plan, it works perfectly. She catches Krishna in her house, totally covered in butter. She's thrilled, she ties him up, and then runs off to get Yashoda, thinking, finally, I have undeniable proof. But this is where reality just starts to melt away. So Malati grabs Yashoda, they rush back to her house, and the boy she tied up, he's gone, just vanished. So confused, they walk back to Yashoda's house, and what do they find? Krishna, just sitting there, totally peaceful, like he never even left. Which, of course, leaves him with this absolutely impossible question. How? How could this kid be tied up in one house and at the exact same time be sitting calmly in another? It's like the normal rules of the universe just don't apply to him. The way the story explains this is just beautiful. It says that the Lord's smile itself has the power to create a world of illusion. His mischief isn't just a game. It's actually a hint of his true cosmic power. So what is going on here? right? Why would a divine being, a god, act like a naughty little butter thief? Well, this question brings us to a really central idea in Hindu philosophy. It's all about a concept called Leela, which you can basically think of as divine play. The idea is that when a god comes to Earth, their actions, even the pranks, the games, all the mischief, it's not just random. It's a kind of creative expression. It's their way of reaching out and building a real, loving relationship with people.
So you see, Krishna stealing all that butter, it wasn't just about a kid with a sweet tooth. It was his way of getting involved with the villagers, of teaching them about love and devotion, and inviting them to have a personal connection with him. He wasn't some distant god way up in the sky. He was right there, a part of their community. And that really leaves us with a fascinating final thought to chew on. This story asks us to imagine a different kind of God. Not one that just gives commands from on high, but one that actually comes down to our level, to share in our lives and connect with us through joy and through play. It's a really powerful and, I think, beautiful way to see the relationship between us and the divine.